so I just finished season 3 of Bump about a week ago, so it's given me a little bit of time to think about what to say in this more spoiler focused review of what I thought about season 3 of Bump, as well as the final episodes of the series. So this is the most recently shot season of Bump, and it now stars a child actor who plays Jacinta, who is now five years old and is just starting school. So basically, it does feel different from the previous two, of that Ollie is now no longer taking care of a baby. Now she's mothering a small child who is starting to grow up a little bit faster than probably what she realised. She starts going to school. There's a lot of shenanigans that go on in school, usually revolving around how Jacinta and religion, I guess, like how Ollie doesn't want her being affiliated with like religion, Christianity. She wants her to stay atheist, so she's a secular humanist. There was a few laughs around that. It does, I guess at times kind of tiptoe around the subject of religion. I did say in the first episode, the first season, that those topics were, I thought, handled pretty well, and in this one they're handled alright as well. I did feel like if they kind of went a bit further, it could have become a little bit uncomfortable, a bit weird. But it was handled pretty well. There is a lot of interesting relationship dynamics that do go on between all of these characters, especially between Dom and Angie. When Dom finds out Angie's been having sex with her lesbian friend, and they are really considering of getting into a relationship, which really upsets Dom, of just how sudden it was and just how he feels like he doesn't deserve this. I mean, like, what did he do to be pushed to the side like this, only to have someone that he hardly even knows suddenly just want to become Angie's new wife? So that's pretty interesting. And the whole relationship between Ollie and Santi becomes more complicated, as how they said they wanted to break up and then they want to be back together again, and it's kind of just like up to them to like really figure out the consequences of like what it means to be in a relationship. They can't just be on and off whenever they want. They are still having sex even though Ollie had an unwanted baby, so it's kind of weird while they still want to engage in that, but it's just a story, I guess. But I wanted to talk about the final episode, No Fairy Tales, because when you watch this episode and see the way it's going to go, you do think it's going to end really darkly and really badly. And I am happy that it doesn't, because it kind of once again kind of subverts like expectations of like dramas are always supposed to be really dark and supposed to have like the darkest possible ending or stuff like that. So basically what happens is that there's this character of Ariel, which is I actually forget what relation she has to the rest of the characters. I think she might be another one of Angie's friends, but her and Ollie are somehow related, though I don't really remember. But anyway, she has a baby. Suddenly has a baby. Things go the way that she doesn't expect them to. Everyone rushes to the hospital to see the baby being delivered. And then very quickly the situation starts to turn a bit more sour, a lot more dire. She's in... she's like screaming, wailing out in pain. Something's not going right. They think that they should give her a cesarean, but they just kind of get those big tong things and pull the baby's head out that way. And then this is when it really makes you think that things could really go dark, because like the baby's not breathing. You really think for a second maybe it's a stillborn. Is this really the way the series is going to end, after all of what the characters have been through, with all the themes of, becoming a mother and how great it is, and thinking that having a baby is going to ruin your career, or it's going to not give you the life that you wanted, that you got to look after the baby instead of, researching, studying what you want to study, since Ollie is very academic. But you do think for a minute or two that maybe this baby is going, was dead on arrival, that it was just a stillborn. But no, the baby does finally take its first breath, and it really does leave you on a very anxious note for a little bit. So I guess I do appreciate that the show was trying to go for a lighter ending. If they did go with that, I wouldn't really understand what the point with that was, apart from being dark. But I think I do appreciate the more Australian style of being more optimistic and having happier endings instead of just having all this dark stuff that feels very pointless most of the time. So I do appreciate that this comedy drama did end on a good note and did end with something happier than a lot of other shows have given us over the years. So overall, this was it was a really decent show. I don't think it's anything really outstanding or anything like that is incredible. Or like, I mean, the acting was pretty good in most of the aspects. Angus Sampson did give us a surprisingly good performance as Dom, as what I've mentioned in previous reviews of him being a very relatable Aussie character. Claudia Carvin as Angie was great. Natalie Morris as the lead was also a pretty good character. Carla Sampson Jr. was great. The little girl who played Jacinta was a pretty good child actor. I mean, she wasn't like stellar or anything, but I mean, she wasn't bad. She was cute, I guess. But overall, I think that leads me to what I would rate this series as a whole. I think I would give it a very decent and solid 7 out of 10. There's definitely a lot of stuff to take away from this show. It has a few things to say. It's entertaining. It has some really good elements of drama, though it never really leans into the darker aspect of a lot of dramas that have been plaguing a lot of dramas recently. So it is refreshing. It's a change of pace. It's more optimistic. It's a bit more light-hearted in its delivery and its approach. So I do recommend watching the show. It doesn't really take that long to get through. It took me a while, but I'm busy doing so many things. But it's 3 seasons, and the episodes are 20 minutes long, so it's not going to take you an age to get through something like The Sopranos. So, but anyway, that's what I think of Bump. It's quite good. I recommend it. Thanks as always for watching and supporting the channel. You guys are awesome, and always I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.